Hi, I'm Julie. Welcome to Pro Health Share, where you can learn healthy lifestyle intelligence to become the healthiest and happiest you. Have you ever heard of TRE, or time restricted eating, intermittent fasting? Have you ever wondered if it truly has healing benefits, maybe can control our insulin, or even help lose that stubborn weight? If you are, you're in a treat, and I'm excited for you to meet my next guest. Nawo was born and reared in Togo, a small nation in equatorial West Africa. He arrived to the United States at a young age as part of an African dance troupe, not knowing any English. They traveled the country as he quickly learned the language. And seeing a majority of the country in declining health, he had a growing thirst for education and passion about medicine, which led him to the Seattle area for his medical degree. He enjoys incorporating his interest in preventative medicine and health promotion into his work. He's been extremely successful with his weight loss program through optimizing hormones and intermittent fasting. He's passionate about health around the globe and wants to develop programs for travel medicine around the world so anyone can have access and knowledge on how to reduce the risk of disease and become their healthiest. I'm truly honored to introduce you my friend, practitioner, and owner of Fiamo Healing Center, nurse practitioner Nawo Fiamo. Okay, welcome. Thank you so much, Nawo, for having us or for joining us and being here today. I'm so excited. We've talked over the time that we've gotten to know each other, and we started having this conversation on intermittent fasting.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit, really, what is it? Because when I hear the word fasting, I don't know about anybody else, but I get a little scared. So what really is intermittent fasting or time-restricted eating?
Time-restricted eating. Well, let's begin by what is fasting. Okay. Throughout history, human beings have had options to when they can eat because food is not always available.
Right.
So you go just like animals in the plain. You hunt, you are able to catch something everybody eats, and you don't know when your next meal is going to be.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever that meal you get, it sustains you, your body adjusts, and you keep on going until the next meal. But now we live in a society, a time and culture where we have food. I won't even go
24/7.
24/7, Any way you want it, you ask, we get it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we go back, you think about if anyone that has any religious belief, every major religion has fasting.
Sure, right.
And there is a reason. If you look at animals, when they're sick, if you have a dog or cat, the last thing they want to do is to eat.
Mm-hmm.
If you have your child that gets sick, the last thing they want to do is to eat. That's because fasting creates a healing process in the body.
Mm.
The restriction of calorie creates, force the stem cells into healing mode.
Interesting.
So,
is that where the saying "starve a cold, feed a fever," or "feed a cold, starve a fever"? Yes. Starve a fever comes in. Sounds like it's correct, but the cold part may have gotten wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So in general, fasting means depriving yourself from food.
Mm-hmm. But we do that every night,
Yeah.
and people don't think about that a lot of times. Breakfast is the word from breaking a fast.
Yes.
Right?
But the difficulty we have, people think by going to bed full, they are fasting. No, because what we end up doing, we eat all day, from morning to, I have a friend that likes to jog. I have one meal a day, from morning to night.
One meal.
Yeah. Basically, he eats all day.
Yeah. Just doesn't ever stop.
It doesn't
right?
ever stop. We have snacks. We have, you have your breakfast in between. You have eat constantly.
Right.
And
wow.
I began doing weight loss, and I noticed the one thing that has been successful is not the medication, not the protein diet, not the keto diets. The one thing that people can sustain is intermittent fasting.
Interesting.
Yeah.
When you're talking about your friend eating, all the way through the day, one meal a day, and I think a lot of us have been conditioned or we learned somewhere, someone said, someone, I was told that we need to eat 5 to 6 meals throughout the day. But when we do that, are we possibly conditioning our body to even produce more ghrelin, which is our hunger hormone, and helps us instead of the other way around?
Well, what happens when we constantly eating all day? And all the nutrition book, all the nutrition so-called expert will tell you to eat, 5 meals a day, snack in between. It's the wrong approach. The difficulty is people don't have control and they tend to overdo it. When we constantly eating, we keep our insulin high constantly.
Right.
And insulin is the fat hormone. It store energy in a form of fat. So the idea that, you need to, we tell pregnant women, you need to snack in between. And then we wonder why people gain so much weight. This is completely wrong. So fasting, my approach is not at night.
Okay.
Because if you truly want to fast, you need to fast when you are moving, not at a time where you have a big meal at night and you barely sleep because you're tossing, because all your energy, instead of detoxing at night,
trying to
is
digest. So eating earlier before bedtime.
Exactly.
3 hours, 2
3
hours
hours,
at least.
minimum 2 hour a light meal at night. Then your body is not focusing on digestion, but
focusing on
detox.
rest and repair.
And repair.
Right. So talk to me about an ideal, how would someone start this? So, I've heard of the 16 and 8 or 12 and 12, meaning, you're going 16 hours without eating, 8 hours to eat. So tell me about, how would someone start this? What would be a good way of the normal, traditional, I guess, person healthy habits?
If I step back a second, normal fasting says only water, okay? And in fact, some religious believe, like Muslim, even some Christian believe, even Baha'is, they go no water, no food for 12 hours or more from sunrise to sunset. And medical research, in fact, there was this documentary on Amazon that I've been telling people, the science of fasting, that have medically supervised fasting for up to 3 weeks. No food, only water.
Wow.
Yeah. And they've shown that fasting reverses a lot of chronic condition, diabetes, even some mental health issues. Fasting will reverse those things because it stimulates stem cells. The stress causes the stem cells to go into working again.
Wow.
So my approach for intermittent fasting is to get the insulin as low as possible. And for someone to start, I ask them, maybe if you never fasted before, maybe do the night one. Eat lighter night. The next time you eat, at lunchtime.
So say someone has dinner at 7.
7.
They go to bed at 10. They get up at maybe 5 or 6.
Yeah.
And they don't eat until lunch.
Yes. They can, drink, whatever, but they don't eat meal until lunch.
What about workouts? Because like for me, I like to work out in the morning. And I usually am up early and I don't eat breakfast before I go work out. But I usually have something to eat afterwards, or a protein or something like that. Excuse me. So should someone who's working out in the morning but not maybe eating till lunch, would you still advise them breaking that fast?
Yeah.
Or having a branched chain amino acid, or?
Well, the nighttime fasting, the 16-hour or 12-hour fasting, is simple just to begin. The one that I prefer is to do the fasting during the day.
How long?
At least 12 hours. So you get up in the morning, especially if you work out, eat breakfast, low carb, or even if it is carb. I've tried different things, and what happened is any food, it doesn't matter if it's protein, carb, or fat, will raise your insulin depending on how much you eat of it. Some are faster than others. Carb will shoot it up right away, but fat also raises your insulin. So the goal of intermittent fasting is to give the body a chance to lower the insulin to a level where the body goes into regeneration mode. not just constantly storing energy. So what we want to do is to eat whole grain, whole food.
One ingredient foods, of course,
Yes.
not the processed foods, something that
Yes.
your home cooked meals.
Uh-huh.
What about how often should someone do this? Is this just
You
kind of
can
a
do,
lifestyle,
it's
or
called
is it?
intermittent because you don't want to do it every day. If you can do it every day, great. That means eat only when you're hungry, not because it's 12 o'clock or because it's dinner time. Because that's what we do.
Yeah,
And I
it
do
is.
too.
We're just scheduled. We're just
Yeah.
conditioned to
Yes.
like, oh, it's time for breakfast. No, it's lunchtime. Gotta grab something to eat.
Mhm.
Dinner time. Yeah.
So you eat when you're hungry, meaning, if you eat in the morning, then really drink your water, drink your tea, green tea, herbal tea, black tea. Next time you eat, maybe dinner time, 4, 5, 6. That gives you plenty of time, maybe 2, 3 hours before your bedtime comes.
Now, if someone's trying to do this, but would you say that they need to just titrate, just gradually
Gradual.
do this,
Yeah.
not like try to go for it full focus and then
No.
you're starving yourself,
No.
right?
Yeah. And the beauty of intermittent fasting is anybody can do it. We can all do it. And it doesn't require you to go spend money on any protein,
No,
any
there's
meal
no other
plan.
right.
Simple meal, eat in the morning, go 8 hour, 12 hour without gorging yourself. And maybe the next day you eat your 3 meal a day, or maybe just 2 meal a day. You wake up, you don't feel like eating breakfast. Maybe lunch is your meal, and dinner time just a little bit of soup, and you're good to go.
So this is it's kind of just crazy, the difference of what we've been conditioned to believe. So, I mean, I've always thought we think of these meals, small meals throughout the day to keep our metabolism up.
Yeah, and your
Which
insulin
really
is
doesn't
also up.
Have to do really with metabolism. It's more of, it's that thermic effect, right, of eating, but really not necessarily increasing our metabolism.
No.
So when you are stating, like we just did, so maybe, one day you go 12 hours and then the next day you don't feel hungry until 2 o'clock and you decide to eat something. And the next day you feel hungry for breakfast or you just space out your meals and just truly eat when you're only hungry. So with that kind of radical almost of a schedule, you've seen the benefits of reduction in insulin, of reduction in extra fat storage?
I have. Couple people that are diabetic that I've been working with, every time they go into their intermittent fasting, their blood sugar level just level down. And especially a couple of them, they play with it. They will do it while we are working together, and then after like a couple weeks, they decide to go back to their old habit, and they check their blood sugar, it's right back up again.
Wow.
So
And these are people in your weight loss program?
Yes, yes. So myself included, once in a while, what you will see, if you do fasting maybe 2 or 3 days in a row, that's the best way to turn on your metabolism.
Interesting.
You
Again, I'm
will
just kind
see
of blown
it.
away.
Sometime I will go to the gym, I will be doing fine. I love food, but once in a while you go back and you just feel miserable.
Yeah.
Guess what? The next
bloated.
yes, exactly. The next 2 or 3 days, have your breakfast, maybe a good protein meal. Go all day, no food, drink your water.
Just truly paying attention to
Paying
your
attention,
body, right?
yeah.
If you're hungry,
You know?
eat. I'm not saying not starve yourself,
Yeah.
right? It's just paying attention. And
Yes.
I think a lot of us will just eat out of boredom, right? Or emotional eating. And that's a whole other channel,
issue.
right?
Yeah.
We talk about. Tell me how, working in your weight loss program, how hormones play a role in this as well. 'Cause
Well,
you're certified in biomedical and hormone therapy and have seen what type of results when you're optimizing hormones.
Well, the one thing that the hormones do, especially the testosterone, is when you feel good, you feel at your optimal, your hormone, testosterone, female, estrogen, everything is working right, then it's so much easier for you to go through your day, not having the emotional roller coaster or the fatigue, the lack of energy, the things that make you feel you need to eat.
Yes, when we're
because
more tired, right?
yes.
We grab for that
Mhm.
sugar rush,
Mhm.
right? We're trying to
Mhm.
eat more to
To
give us
compensate.
compensate the
Yeah.
energy that we need to really to sleep
Yes.
and rest and digest.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, with the BioT program, we've had a lot of good success. People feel good. And when they're feeling good, you tell them, can you do intermittent fasting? Oh, yeah, sure. But when somebody doesn't sleep well, doesn't feel well, and now you're asking them not to eat, they look at you.
You're crazy, right?
Yes.
I would as well.
Yes.
So, about how long would you say it would take for someone to kind of just start, dipping their toe in the water of intermittent fasting to start to see some results?
Oh, the best part is you see results right away.
Really?
Yes.
Would you say it's mostly just the bloating,
The bloating,
the feeling,
and
then the weight will follow off later?
the weight
right?
will follow. I try to tell people, just like with the hormone, it's not for weight loss.
Mm-hmm.
But when everything is working right, the body does what it's meant to do.
Weight loss is just a
It's
side effect you're gonna
of
have to
it.
deal with, right?
Yes, yes. So when people come to me and they want to do weight loss, I just tell them, let's live healthy. Let's check your hormone. Let's eat when we're hungry.
Yeah.
And as we go through with it, what happens is they see themselves losing 2-3 pounds. Sometimes 1 pound a week. And I had
It's progress.
it's progress.
Mm-hmm.
I had a patient that was disappointed because she only lost 2 pounds a week, or one. And I said, how many weeks do we have in a year? Let's say we lost a pound every week in a year. How long did it take us to get fat? Like where we are.
Right.
You
Doesn't the average American actually gain about 10 pounds a year?
pretty much, yeah. So if you can lose a pound a week and lose 50 pounds a year, you are pretty good.
It's huge. And they're much more likely to keep it off.
To keep it off.
Yeah, versus these yo-yo diets that we were talking about. All diets work.
Yes.
Every single diet works, but
Just have to
not
stick with
long
it.
term.
Not long term.
Because it's not sustainable.
Yeah. And the beauty with the fasting is you're actually saving money because you don't go out.
Right? That's another good thing, a good
Yes.
benefit. So when you're talking to them about what they're eating at all, really you're not, yes, healthy, right? As healthy as you can, but you're not talking about, okay, increased proteins or decreased carbs. It's just trying to eat generally healthy, and it's more the intermittent that you're talking
fasting.
about. Or do you have suggestions on a specific
I
diet?
usually will recommend everybody is cultural. Okay, if I tell someone, I'm from West Africa, and then now I'm trying to eat Mediterranean diet. Yeah, it works, but it's the flavor, it's the taste, it's the cells, it's the gene, the memory they have.
Yeah.
So someone from Mexico will want to, tell them not to eat tortilla, and they like, yeah, right.
It's like coming home, right?
Yes. So, but I do give people a guideline I like the Mediterranean anti-inflammatory diet, because inflammation is the reason for a lot of the issue.
Mm-hmm.
So,
leads to all types of disease.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, but I give them, these are all your options. Pick the thing you already like.
Mm-hmm.
And really, I know some of the best athletes that goes around eating whatever they want because they are active. And so if people don't feel restrained, they are more likely to keep something going.
Right.
Because as soon as we will begin restraining yourself, as soon as situation change, you go back to your old ways.
Absolutely. Anytime I tell myself I can't have something, my other self says, watch me. Right? Watch me. So I like that. I love that approach, that it's something sustainable. Eat when you're hungry, but have that association, be aware that when you're reaching for food, are you truly hungry, or is it emotional? What other part of your body actually needs nourishment?
And the best part is, half of the time when you actually feel like you need to eat, you just need to sleep.
Yeah, or drink water.
Yeah,
right?
Drink water.
A lot of us are too dehydrated.
Too dehydrated, and we turn to food.
Yeah.
And I catch myself sometimes busy working, going, and then I have to be like, oh, I didn't drink water today because I'm just running from room to room. So it become a mindful situation where we need to be conscious of why we're doing what we're doing, and loving ourselves for falling, for failing to go through with it and trying again and trying again. Because every time we try, we get better and we get
Right,
better.
right. Thank you so much. It was such a pleasure. Again, thank you for explaining that and helping us learn a little more about intermittent fasting. So if you guys thought this was helpful and interesting, please type your comments below. Ask any other further questions. I'll make sure they get to Nawo. If also you want to find more information on him, you can find him at fiamohealing.com. FIAMO healing.com. And don't forget to go over to prohealthshare.com and become a Pro Health Insider, where you can get information and tips from other professionals in health. Thank you so much for joining us again. Remember, you deserve to be the healthiest and happiest you. Have a great day.